Hey guys, Caitlin Batcher here. I'm super excited to be with you tonight. As you come into the chat room, please go ahead and introduce yourself into the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Right now I'm in Emeryville, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's right between Berkeley and Oakland. So when you come in, just feel free to introduce yourself and make sure that just it kind of helps me know that you can see me and hear me and all of that good stuff. So I'm actually going to stop screen sharing for a minute so you can see my face. Ah, there I am. Hi, guys. So nice to see you this evening. My husband took my daughter out to the movies, so I have the house all to myself tonight. They went to go see Storks, so that should be fun for them. And so, yes, hi, Danielle. Super excited to be here with everyone. I see that the we're filling up quickly, so that's good. I'm just gonna wait a minute. You know what? Honestly, Zoe, it probably is a little bit fuzzy because I do have a high definition camera, but it wasn't working. So now I have to use my little thingy cam, the one that's on my computer. So it might be, so my face might be a little bit fuzzy. But yes, hi Cassie, hi Anna. Oh, you heard me on L chat, awesome. Meekly, Cassie, hello. Yes, super excited to see you. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. Tracy from Melbourne. Yeah, we did this evening webinar specifically for Australian people because last launch, we almost didn't have a evening webinar and that was lame. I felt bad about that. Let's see. Oh, it wasn't the dead of night. Yeah, oh, I'm glad this time worked for you. Awesome. Yes, hi Megan, hi Vicky, hi Sophie, hi Erica, hi Keisha, hi Sandy. Super, super duper excited to see you guys today. So if you were on the webinar last night, some of this is going to be repeated. However, last night I broadly covered 4 different sales tactics, and some people said I went too fast and they wanted more details on those tactics. So tonight we'll be diving deeper into 2 of them. So even if you came to the last webinar, you're still gonna get something good out of this one. Yes, hi Lindsay. Howdy do, smart lady. Oh, thank you. I appreciate being called a smart lady. Yes, so Indigo is here. She's going to be here during the webinar, helping you out if you have any tech issues or anything like that. Just a few housekeeping things. If you have, right now, if you have a lot of other programs running on your computer, your connectivity is going to be kind of poor. So right now, that's okay, Shauna, you're here now. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Faith. Hi, Anita. So for now, please make sure that you have those other programs shut down because it might affect your connectivity. Right now, I do have full high-speed internet access, and everything is working on my end. So if things are moving slowly, it is likely an issue on your end. Hi, Anita. Welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna click over to the slides. During the presentation, you're just gonna see the slides. You're not gonna see my face. Oh no, your husband is, oh no, Faith, your husband is streaming Netflix. That's funny. If my husband was here, he'd be doing the same thing. Okay, so good luck to you, Faith. All right, so I'm gonna click over. I'm gonna share my little screen. Let's see, here we go. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna click over, yep, you guys can see it. Okay, good. So, hello, and welcome to this live broadcast of how to make money from hosting a Facebook group. My name is Caitlin Batcher, and I want you to know that there will be a Q&A at the end of this training, but please feel free to pop your questions into the chat box as you think of them. So all you have to do is hit the little chat icon, that little gray and white chat icon that's right next to your name, and select the red question mark. So if you have a question mark, make sure that you select it so it comes up red, because that's how I'm able to sift through your comments at the end and get to your questions. So I do hope that you have a steamy cup of coffee, tea, or maybe a cool glass of lemonade at your side. You're going to learn a lot today, so please make sure that you have a beverage at the ready. First things first, right? This is a no pants zone. You guys know me, right? I like to keep it comfy. So let's take a quick survey to get started. How many of you are wearing pants right now? If you are wearing pants, please type in 1 into the chat box. If you are not wearing pants, please type in 2. I am wearing a dress, so I don't know what that counts. Does that count as pants or no pants? I don't know, but I feel comfy. So that means I'm in the right place. Let's see. Oh, I see what PJs count. Yeah, PJs are good. PJs are excellent. You get bonus points for wearing your PJs. Okay, so here are a few tips for enhancing your webinar experience. Number 1, make sure that you get in a quiet room. So you want to make sure that your kids are busy watching TV or reading a book. Yeah, right. They don't do that. They just want to watch TV. If your partner is around, make sure they're in the other room. Hopefully they're not streaming Netflix so it won't interfere with your connectivity. Make sure that your pets are out of the way. This is your time. So I know that you guys work your buns to the bone all day long, and you deserve this hour to yourself. So give yourself this gift of time. Now, I want for you to close your tabs. Now, aside from eliminating distractions, this will also help prevent connectivity issues. So it's really, really important that you're able to close everything down and just focus on this webinar. I want you to silence your phone, or you can just shove it under that big pile of laundry that I know you have in your hall, because I have the same pile. If you have any nosy coworkers present, please make sure that you angle your monitor away from their prying eyes so they won't know what you're up to. So here's what to expect. Tonight, you're going to have clarity about what you need to do today in order to start making money from your Facebook group tomorrow. You're going to have confidence that you have what it takes to create a profitable group. And you're also going to get free access to my 6-figure funnel digital download. So this is a 14-page PDF. This is the fast acting bonus. So for those of you that decide to invest in Fab Facebook groups tonight, you will also get this special free gift, this fast acting bonus, whatever you want to call it, which is my 6-figure sales funnel. Now, what this is it's 14 pages, and it's the exact email funnel that I used to generate $100,000 in revenue from a $97 product my first year of business. So I know a lot of people think that they have to sell these big fancy courses in order to make money, and that's just not true. I made $100,000 from a $97 product, and this PDF is yours when you purchase the course. Okay, so let's keep moving. Here we are. So by the end of this webinar, you'll understand the #1 reason that Facebook groups have become so popular. You'll learn why focusing on engagement is keeping you from massive profits, and you'll create a profitable framework for your own Facebook group. So who am I and what's my story? Well, I'm Caitlin Batcher, and I help people easily sell more stuff using the power of social media. So you're in the right place if you want to learn more about how you can make money from your Facebook group. This training will help you if you have a group or you want to start one soon. So if you have a group, type yes into the chat box. If you do not have a group, please type in no into the chat box. So yes for group and no for no group. Either way, you're going to get something out of here. So you're in the right place either way. Okay, I see a lot of yeses, one no, another no. So the majority of you, it looks like have groups. Oh, there's some more no's coming in. Okay, so it looks like a good mix. So this is great. Either way, you're going to get a lot out of this training. So my own Facebook group for Love and Money has been an essential tool in building my own online course business. Now, I've sold social media courses on everything from Twitter marketing to Instagram marketing, and my Facebook group has been there every step of the way. Now, I haven't only leveraged the power of my Facebook group to sell courses. I ran a highly successful social media consulting business, and the majority of my clients came directly from my Facebook group. Now, it took me 18 months, but with the help of my Facebook group, my income grew from $200 a month to multiple six figures a year. Are Facebook groups really that powerful? Yes. With Facebook groups, you can connect with your ideal customers every day. You'll be able to easily create products and services that your members are already asking for. Hosting a Facebook group makes validating your next big idea a breeze. Companies spend millions of dollars on target market research, and you get to do it for free. Now, groups help you position yourself as a trusted authority in your niche. You'll be seen as a source for reliable, helpful information. You'll provide a place where your community can get support and answers. It's possible to stay visible in other people's Facebook groups, but real authority comes from leading your own group. Now, most people don't understand how to make money from their Facebook groups. They leave thousands of dollars in revenue on the table month after month. So please don't let this happen to you. Now, I have to be honest here, I wasn't exactly a natural at hosting Facebook groups. As I said before, my Facebook group success didn't happen overnight, quite the opposite. So let's flash back all the way to 2015. Here's a little picture of me and my daughter. Now, in 2015, my hair was brown and I was just starting my consulting business, doing a bunch of research and spending a whole lot of time in other Facebook groups. I never even thought of starting my own group until someone else asked me why the heck I hadn't. But from there, it was not an easy road. At the time, my email list was a big fat zero. I only had a couple hundred followers total from Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram combined. Now that number is upwards of 50,000, but I assure you, 18 months ago, I had 200. I literally had no audience to call my own. Now, despite the fact that I had no audience, I decided to start my Facebook group and proceeded to make every mistake in the book. By March, my group just wasn't growing and my profits were stagnant. It took some serious trial and error to figure out exactly what I was doing wrong and how to do it right. There was no blueprint, there was no plan out there. I was making it up as I was going along. So today, as I see other Facebook group hosts making the same mistakes I made when I was first starting out, and they're super, super fixable. By April, I implemented a profitable framework for my Facebook group and made some drastic changes to the way I ran my group. 2 months later, I had my first 5-figure month. So that's just 2 months later after implementing this profitable framework, but it didn't stop there. Since then, I've built a multiple 6-figure online course empire completely from scratch in only 18 months. I had no contacts, no connections. I was starting from scratch. Now, there is no way that my business would have grown so quickly without my profitable Facebook group framework. Now, 5 figures a month from hosting a Facebook group sounds pretty great, but the problem was that I was spending hours in my group every single day, and that wasn't sustainable. Type "that's me" into the chat box if you feel like you are spending way too much time inside of your Facebook group. If that's you, type in "that's me." I know there's a lot of people out there that are really struggling with, time management, and they just feel like if anytime they do get a sale from their Facebook group, it's so hard. Like it's like pulling teeth, right? Ashley says that's me. Erica says that's me. Yes. So thank you for saying that you can relate to that. So basically, it took me over a year to develop the system that I use now. And this system generates consistent high levels of revenue for my business and only takes minutes a day to maintain. So today I'll be revealing that personal framework for hosting a profitable group and giving you access to a step-by-step process that will help you start generating consistent sales in your Facebook group over the next 30 days. So let's begin. I'm excited. Now, part one, let's hit it. Why are Facebook groups so popular? Now, I don't know if anyone has noticed it, but the Facebook group invasion has officially begun. Businesses, big and small, have launched Facebook groups. CEOs of smart companies like Teachable, Leadpages, and Webinar Jam are cashing in on the power of Facebook groups. They're using their groups to generate massive profits for their businesses and turn complete strangers into loyal customers. But Facebook groups aren't just a trend for big businesses. Coaches, consultants, and course creators have also attempted to leverage the power of Facebook groups for their businesses. The bad news is that many of these hosts will never see a dime from all the work that they put into their Facebook groups. But the good news is you don't have to settle for that. So imagine this. 9:15, your day begins, and you hop into your Facebook group to see what people are talking about. Your admin approved 50 new members earlier that morning while you were making pancakes with your kid. Your VA is actively compiling a list of questions from group members and will email them to you later, ranking them in order of popularity. The live stream that you created 2 weeks ago has been bumped to the top of your feed again, and it's filled with comments from people who say that this was the live stream that led them to buy your latest course. Now, you've had a surge of unsubscribes from your email list because your launch closes tomorrow, but you've already met your sales goal, and you aren't worried about all of those unsubscribes because all of those people are still in your Facebook group. Maybe they'll opt in again with a new freebie that you'll promote next week, but it doesn't matter if they resubscribe because they're still actively engaged with all the content that you've been adding to your group. Now, even though this launch is wrapping up tomorrow, you start to feel giddy about your next launch. Your Facebook group doesn't know it yet, but you've been secretly developing a new product that they've been begging for in your group. The content practically wrote itself because they told you exactly what they wanted, only they didn't realize it. You close your laptop and are off to the gym, but your Facebook group continues to hum along. But right now, that's not what your Facebook group feels like, does it? I know because I've asked around. So when I ask most people what they struggle with in their Facebook group, what do you think they say? What do you think people say is their number one Facebook group struggle? Yes. Yep, exactly. Engagement. Exactly. That's what everyone says, right? Most people focus on engagement. So show me a 1 in the chat box if you believe that your number one Facebook group struggle is engagement. Now, if that's you, I'm not surprised. Most of the information out there about Facebook groups tells you to focus on engagement. But I want to tell you a secret about focusing on engagement. Engagement doesn't automatically lead to money. So let's move on to part 2, which is why should you stop focusing on engagement? And I'm going to share a little story with you. So I want you to meet Becky. Now, Becky with the good hair is a web designer, and she also sells courses about web design. Becky's group is a couple months old, and she already has 200 members. She started the group because she wanted to generate buzz for her new online course. She spends hours a day trying to grow her group and get her existing members to participate. But the problem is that nobody posts anything, and the only thing that's buzzing is the fan on her laptop. Now, Becky has tried everything: polls, prompts, and even a few live streams. She thinks that she's doing everything right, but believes that she must be missing something. She's starting to wonder if she's just plain old boring and unfit to host a Facebook group. Type "that's me" in the chat box if you can identify with Becky. You have some members in your Facebook group, but getting people to participate is torture. I have totally been there, by the way. So here's what happens. Becky comes through. She gets herself together and she reads a bunch of blogs and even invests in a course that teaches her all about engagement. Now, her posts routinely generate hundreds of comments every day. She's turned into a content creation machine. She's making live streams, polls, prompts, freebies, and they're all getting tons of engagement. Her members are gobbling it up, and they always have room for more. But Becky has a dirty little secret. Literally dirty. She hasn't showered in days. She hasn't had any time to finish creating her new online course, and her last launch was a flop. Her Facebook group is eating up every spare second of her time. So now Becky's exhausted with the demands her group has placed on her. Her members become fussy if she doesn't reply within an hour, and she regularly fantasizes about shutting down the group. But she's worked so hard to build an engaged community. Plus, she doesn't want to leave her members high and dry. Many of her members post every single day, and she doesn't want to leave them out. So here's the deal. She's still holding on to the hope that maybe if she just gets a little bit more engagement in her group, she'll start to sell more courses. But she's dead wrong, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But first, show me a 2 in the chat box if you identify with this version of Becky. You have an engaged group, but you're exhausted and you aren't making any money from it. Now, I've been there, and I want you to know that you don't need to work this hard to have an engaged community or success from your group. Now, the truth is that Becky's group was doomed from the beginning because she ignored the #1 thing that every business needs to survive: profit. The problem Becky has is that her methods are not generating any money. Her group is not aligned with her passive income goal: more money and more freedom. I mean, she started selling courses because she wanted to stop trading time for money, yet here she is in that exact situation. Only it's worse. She's trading time for no money. She doesn't have time to even notice this because she's mistakenly believes that more engagement always leads to more money. But the good news is this is fixable. I know because I've made these same mistakes before I started implementing strategies to generate revenue with my Facebook group. Hosting a Facebook group does not have to suck your energy dry. Now here's Marie. Marie has a different goal in mind. In fact, she couldn't care less about engagement. Can you guess what Marie cares about? If she isn't focused on engagement, what do you think she wants? Yeah, she wants money, right? So Marie is able to see the big picture, but poor little Becky is lost in the weeds. Now, while Becky is busying herself with daily prompts, extra freebies, and hours of personal engagement with her members, Marie is calmly sipping a mango smoothie and expensive yoga pants, developing a strategy that supports her desired outcome: a profitable Facebook group. Now, the only engagement Marie cares about is how her members are engaging with her bank account. In fact, she generates $10,000 every single month from her Facebook group. Not only is Marie making money with her group, but it's a completely automated process. Hands in the air if automation is your favorite word. As a busy mom, I know it's mine. So no more days without showers, no more needy, demanding members sucking up her precious time. Marie isn't greedy, and her group isn't void of value. She offers loads of value in her group. Her live streams are always on point and her members rave about her group. So Marie has plenty of time to engage with the group when she chooses. Marie runs her group doesn't run her. So this is extremely important. Since she has implemented a profitable framework for her Facebook group, money is no longer a stressor. The group is actually fun for her, and she's formed lasting bonds with her community. Now, if you feel like you have more in common with Becky than Marie right now, don't worry. After working with my students and speaking with tons of other Facebook group hosts, I want you to know that you're not alone. Many people see engagement as a holy grail of Facebook groups, and this obsession has led to burnout, disappointment, abandoned groups, and even failed businesses. So it's not your fault. Tons of social media gurus today cannot shut up about engagement. They go on and on about how good engagement should be your #1 focus, and then everything else will magically fall into place. And I get it. On the surface, it does make sense that engagement should be your goal. After all, it's called social media, right? But here's the deal. True or false? Lots of engagement means everybody likes you, and if people like you and pay attention to you, it's only a matter of time before they buy from you. Well, that's false. So think about your #1 goal, right? Did you start a business to be engaging or to be profitable? You're going to hear from some of my students who've had to learn the hard way that increased engagement doesn't always lead to more sales. You'll learn how they applied my framework to their existing groups and transformed them from major mess to money tree. So there is a better way to build a profitable Facebook group, one that does not take hours and hours a day, one that is set up to generate money for you on autopilot. So part 3, what is my 4-step framework for a profitable group? Now, before we dig into my framework, I want you to promise me that you will ask questions if something doesn't make sense. You will get the most out of this portion of the live broadcast if you participate. So nobody's here to laugh at your questions. Don't feel bad that your question is like dumb or too small or too big or whatever. This is interactive and I am here to help. Every so often, I will pop over to the chat box so I can see if there's a question that directly relates to what I'm covering. But even if a question comes up and it doesn't relate to what I'm covering, feel free to pop it in and just remember to flag it with that little red question mark. So step 1, revenue goals. Now we can't map out how you can make money with your group without an overall income plan to start. So let's set some goals. Now I'm going to show you how I set goals with my business so I know this method works. First of all, you need to get specific. The more specific, the better. So how much money do you want to make in the next 30 days? Depending on your business model, your numbers may look very different. And I promise we'll work through the details in step number 2. But for now, just focus on total revenue. So write down your goal. How much revenue do you want to generate during the next 30 days? Write it down on your paper and share it in the chat box. All right? Now, don't be scared to be honest. Your goal might be $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, who knows, right? It's fine. The important thing is just to commit to the goal. Now, if there's one thing that I want you to walk away knowing today, is that your revenue goal is absolutely possible with the proper framework in place. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You don't need to sell an expensive $2,000 product in order to make money. So I see some $2,000, $3,000, $2,200. Awesome. Yeah, these numbers, guys, are totally doable. Remember, 18 months ago, I literally made $200 in that month. So it's totally, totally possible. Now, I want to bust a major myth that is floating around the online community. And that myth is that you have to create these great, big, expensive courses or sell these big, expensive coaching packages in order to make money, right? This is all, it's wrong. So for example, I can tell you that my first year of business, I made $100,000 from my Facebook group just selling a $97 info product. That info product is no longer for sale, but it was a general social media marketing course. It wasn't fancy, didn't have any bells and whistles, but people got super duper amazing results from it. And I used my Facebook group to sell the poop out of it. Now, my sales funnel that I used to sell that $97 product is available to you completely free today for those who decide to purchase Fab Facebook groups, right? I showed it to you a little bit earlier. It's called Six Figure Funnel. So this isn't BS. It's my true story. Anything is possible with the right framework in place. So don't let those like crazy limiting beliefs, negative voices in your head keep you down. You can totally do this. Now here's step number 2. Once you have your goal in mind, you need to know what you're actually going to sell in order to hit that goal. And from there, you can create a strategy. Now, here are some examples of products and other things that you could be selling, right? We have affiliate products, courses, consultations, coaching or services, physical products. Now, the reason that I list all of these is because I encourage everyone to have multiple streams of income. So while my main source of revenue is selling my own online courses, I've also made nearly $70,000 this year alone by selling affiliate products directly from my Facebook group. Now, if you are an ongoing affiliate for a product, it means that each time someone purchases that item, you get a percentage of the sale. What you might not know is that Facebook groups actually convert incredibly well for affiliate products, much higher than email, right? Because a lot of times emails with affiliate programs, they come across as being kind of like a little bit salesy or slimy. But your offer is going to be much better received in your Facebook group because you interact with those people on a regular basis and they trust that you are bringing them outside products that will truly benefit them. So for example, let's say that you have a Facebook group all about photography, okay? Now you can, if you sell photography courses, you can certainly sell those, but you can also be an affiliate for extra products that your community would love. It could be photo editing software, it could be special tripods, it might be a traveling case. So what I would like for you to do right now is to take a minute to brainstorm some affiliate products that you can sell from your group. So just jot down a quick list of ideas. Pick 1 or 2 and share those ideas inside of the chat box. What are some other products, some affiliate products that you could sell directly from your group to generate revenue? The reason why affiliate products are so great is because you don't have to create them. Like it is as passive as you can get, right? Because all you're doing is sharing that link and you're taking a percentage of the sale. So let's brainstorm a few ideas, a few items that you can use. Yes, Nadia, I'm so glad I saw this question. You absolutely have to disclose that it's an affiliate product. Absolutely. Anytime you share an affiliate link, you need to state that you're an affiliate. But the thing is, you're going to have that regular interaction with people that are in your Facebook group, right? And so they're like your offer is going to be a lot better received inside of your group. Okay, so in the chat box, I want you to type in real quick, type 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you're going to sell affiliate products and courses, you can type 1 and 2. If you're selling physical products and courses, you can type 2 and 4. But whatever it is, if you can just type it into the chat box because it helps me know, it really helps me understand who I'm talking to, kind of what your business models are, whether you sell affiliate products, courses, consultations, or physical products. Awesome. Okay, yes. All right. Whoops. Okay, so I just had a slide malfunction, but now I'm back. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yes, all of those things are awesome, and I'm super excited to watch you sell all of that right from your group. So let's dig into a little bit of math. I promise this is not going to be painful. What I want for you to do is get specific with how many products or packages you need to sell. So to keep things simple, let's say that you want to make $10,000 in the next 30 days, right? Now, if you want to make $10,000 and you sell a $2,500 coaching package, you only need to serve 4 people. If you sell a $1,000 coaching package, then you would need to sell 10 people. But one of the things that I've noticed for me in hitting my big income goals is to really make sure that I lay out not just the chunk of money that I want to make, but exactly how many things that I need to sell. Because if I have that written down on a paper, it helps me stay focused on that so that I realize that every single bit of content that I'm sharing in my group is purposeful, intentional, and profitable. So here's where multiple streams of income kind of help out. You can see in the slide before, she had to sell, to serve 4 people in order to make $10,000 a month. But now she only has to serve 2 people, right? Because she also is selling an online course. Now, as I said before, the great thing about affiliate commissions is that they're basically just icing on the cake, right? They're just like a little bit of padded extra income. Like right now, I have a team of people that support me in my business. So my affiliate commissions go towards their salaries, right? So it's like it's icing on the cake, basically. So what I would like for you to do is to take a minute and write down your numbers. So how many things do you need to sell in order to meet your goal? Okay, these are just super rough calculations, like it doesn't have to be, really complicated, but share with us in the chat box how many things you need to sell in order to meet your sales goal. These numbers are totally doable from the Facebook group as long as you have some real tactics to support your strategy. Okay, so I'm gonna pop over. I see someone needs to sell 60 things, 20 things, 6 things, 2 things. Oh, Zoe has an excellent question. Zoe, can you please make sure that, yes, thank you for marking that as a question, Zoe, that's awesome. Yes, I promise we're gonna get to that. 21 courses at $97, awesome. 26 products, yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. So let's move on to step number 3. Now I'm going to share some Facebook group sales tactics with you. So do make sure that you have your full attention, pen and paper, all of that. So once you know exactly what your revenue goals are and how many things you need to sell, it's time to map out your tactics. Now, sales tactics are important because they prepare your audience to buy. There is a specific psychology to buying that you can use to set yourself up for success. So this is going to help you, Zoe, with your question earlier about how do you set, how do you give out affiliate links without being salesy or spammy. So when you're using the specific selling psychology that is really going to connect with your audience, it's going to make it a lot easier. And people are going to be excited to buy. They're not going to feel like you're pushing stuff on them. So, for example, when I want to put my daughter to sleep each night, I don't simply tell her, go to bed, right? Now, there's a series of detailed tactics that prepare her for sleep. And mostly I use the same tactics over and over, but sometimes I do have to get a little bit creative. And by the way, this is what I'm working with, okay? So she's not exactly on board for night-night. Just as your Facebook group members are not ready to buy, my daughter is not ready for sleep. So here's what I do. First, she takes a nice sudsy bubble bath with her favorite rubber ducky. Next, she picks out a soft, warm pair of PJs. We cuddle up while she's reading her favorite story. I tuck her in with a fuzzy teddy bear. Okay, so it's not always that easy, and sometimes it gets a little crazy, but overall, that's my strategy, right? Those are my deployed sleepy time tactics. Now, you should be doing the same thing in your Facebook group, minus the sudsy bubble bath. leading your audience through activities that prepare them to buy. So what are some of those activities? Well, I'm going to touch on 2 of those activities today. I teach many more in my course, but I want to give you a clear understanding of 2 of these activities. And those are my hybrid sales funnel and profitable live streaming. So let me get into it. Okay, so first of all, I want you to know, right, before I hit these tactics, I want you to know that selling doesn't have to be hard, right? If it is hard for you right now, then that means that something isn't right. It might be the product that you're selling, but chances are that it's the way that you're selling it that is not connecting with your audience. And once it clicks for you, you will receive a steady stream of revenue from your Facebook group, and your little PayPal notifications are going to be dinging all day long, all right? Once that clicks for you, it's going to be gold. So most people rely on their email list to do all the heavy lifting in their business. So show me a 1 in the chat box if the primary way that you generate revenue right now in your business is through email marketing. So you have an email list, maybe you have an existing sales funnel, maybe you don't, but that is the main way that you generate revenue, right? And so I'm going to pop over, and I just want to see how many of you guys are actually doing that, because that is true for most people, right? Most people, they love using email marketing, and that's what is generating the vast majority of revenue for their business. Okay, so today, what I want you to know is that 70% of your email subscribers will not open your email, and 98% of subscribers won't buy, okay? The problem is that email open rates and sales conversions have completely plummeted over the years, right? In the 90s, in the 1995, Gary Vaynerchuk said that his open rate was like 96%, okay? Those numbers have gone way down. Now, on a good day, 70% of your email list will not open their email, and 98% of them will never even click the link to buy. Now, with depressing numbers like those, something needs to change. So you have a couple choices when it comes to making more money from your email list, right? You can increase your subscribers, you can increase your open rate, or you can increase your conversion rate. And I'm happy to tell you that my hybrid funnel takes care of all 3. So before I show you my hybrid funnel, I want to first show you what a traditional email sales funnel looks like, for those of you that might not know. So a traditional funnel is something like this. In the first email that you send out, you will welcome subscribers to your list. In the second email, you will share a little bit about your story and how you got to where you were. The third email, you'll be identifying specific pain points that you know your audience is struggling with. Number 4, you'll provide a bit of free value that will help them, alleviate their pain. And email 5, you finally give a link to your sales page and you ask people to click on the link in order to buy. Now, this sales funnel is completely predictable, and conversion rates are down because your customers are burned out on the same old sales funnels that everybody uses. So unless you're the world's greatest copywriter, it will take forever to nurture strangers into customers via email. And 70% of your subscribers won't even bother to open your email. Now, what these email marketing pros won't tell you is that email sales funnels are notoriously challenging to optimize. And I used to struggle with low open rates. So I can tell you a personal story. When my email list was small, when I had about 1,000 people on my email list, my open rates were incredibly high, right? I'd be getting like 50% open rates, 60% open rates. And I was just like, this email marketing stuff is amazing. But as my email list grew, to over the last 18 months, as it's grown to over 15,000 people, right? My open rate has plummeted, and that is a big struggle that a lot of people don't talk about. So I know a lot of times you hear about people that say, oh, I have 100,000 people on my email list, but when you get them in a room and you give them a cocktail, they're going to tell you that their open rate is incredibly low. That's just part of the game, right? That's just what happens as your list continues to grow. And so what I did was I came up with an innovative solution that dramatically improved my results. So here's my hybrid funnel. Now, anytime you have a question, please make sure that you type it into the chat box and that you flag it with the red question mark. And I promise that I will get to those questions. So what I did in my hybrid funnel is I optimized it by beginning to include specific things for my subscribers to do inside of my Facebook group. So every time you see a little pink lightning bolt, that's where in those emails, I'm telling people, and I'm going to give you full examples of these in just a minute. So this is just a quick overview. But each of those pink lightning bolts means that I'm reminding people to join my Facebook group, right? So I know a lot of people just kind of mention it in like one email. They're like, hey, join my group, and then that's it. So I actually do it 5 different times with that. And when you see that little turquoise lightning bolt, you're going to learn in just a minute what those activities are. But what I'm doing is I'm actually in those emails, so email 3 and 5, I'm actually inviting my email subscribers to do something specific inside of my Facebook group, right? Now, this hybrid funnel has led to higher open rates, greater retention, and more money for me. Now, I told you before that as my email list grew, my open rates were sinking to around 20%. But this new hybrid funnel was getting an open rate of 40%, all from making a few simple adjustments to my email sales funnel. So no fancy software, no fancy timers, nothing like that. It was just my email list and my Facebook group, okay? So I want you to know my email open rate doubled between 20 and 40%, but I want to know, what is your open rate now? And then I want you to double that and write it into the chat box. So double your existing open rate and type that into the chat box. Now, if you don't know what your open rate is, or you don't even have a list yet, that's okay. Making sure that you use new, effective techniques will mean that as your list grows, it's also growing in quality. The best part is that my new and improved sales funnel doesn't require any fancy stuff. Okay, you are capable of getting the same results that I did with just a Facebook group, an email list, and my proven step-by-step process. So I'm going to type in awesome. So Zoe says 80%. So that means, hey, you know what, Megan, if you have 2 people on your list, there is no shame in that, because I have totally been there, right? Like, remember, 18 months ago, I had 0 people on my list. I didn't even really know what MailChimp was. It was like, I literally started from scratch. So I totally get that. So so someone's open rate would double from 50% to 100%. That's awesome. Someone says they have 3 people, no problem. Oh, Danielle says she already has the course. Oh yes, of course, Danielle's one of my students. Megan says I have 2 people on my list. Oh, I already said that. Sorry, guys. I get real rambly on these webinars. I gotta just stick to my script. Okay, so hold on. I want to answer. Nadia has a good question. She says, are these emails for the hybrid funnel also following the traditional funnel format? Oh, so we're going to get to that, Nadia. I promise we're going to get to that right now. I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, so let's dig into those examples. Oops, let me click over. Okay, here we go. So here's an example of email number 1. Okay, now this is the exact email that is email number 1 in one of my funnels that has that high. This is the funnel that doubled my open rate, okay? So email number 1, you can see it has a little pink lightning bolt, which means that I am inviting people to join my group. So this is my welcome email. I'm inviting people to join my group. You can see At the very bottom, it says you need to make sure you join my Facebook group. And then I also included it in the PS because a lot of people skip the whole email and just read the PS. I don't know why. Some people do that. And you can also see that on top, I include a link to the download just to make sure that people have the download because I want to make sure that they get the freebie that they actually opted in for. So that's email number 1. It's a welcome email. I'm inviting people to join my group, and then I'm also including a PS to join my group, okay? So email number 2 is when I share a little bit about my story and I give some valuable content. Now, this valuable content is repurposed content from my blog. So a lot of people think that in their sales funnel, they have to create this like whole new thing. But chances are, if you have a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel or even an Instagram account, you have content that you can repurpose into your email sales funnel. Now, you can't see, this was actually a longer email, so I wasn't able to screenshot the whole thing, but at the very bottom, there was a PS, join my group, okay? So this is the valuable content part. Now, in email 3, you'll notice that this is where I have the little turquoise lightning bolt, and I want you to write this phrase down or take a picture of it with your phone or a screenshot or whatever. So I have underneath in quotes, it says, here are a couple direct links to those videos, but the links won't work unless you're already a member of my group. You can request to join access right here. So I say that specific thing, it's in bold right there on my email. And the reason why I say that is because I need to give you need to give your members a reason to join your Facebook group. So too often I see people just promoting their Facebook group, just telling people to join, but they're not telling people why. Like, why should someone go, show up and join your Facebook group? Just so they can, see a few daily prompts? Like, no, that's not good. That's not enough. Now, the 2 links that I've included in this email are, one is Facebook groups versus email lists, and then the next one is, but I'm doing everything right. Now, those were 2 different live streams. The content that you're sharing directly from your Facebook group, those links, they can be connected to a live stream, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be a live stream, or it can be a written post, or even maybe a poll, right? You can include specific links to that content inside your group, and it's incredibly enticing to your email subscribers. Now remember, what we want to do is we want to get people from your email list to get inside of your Facebook group, just in case they unsubscribe from your email list, just so you can really, really develop that connection with them. So I'm going to click over to email number 4. Now in email number 4, we're back to 1 pink lightning bolt, which means that I'm giving valuable content. Again, it's repurposed content from my blog. And at the very bottom, you can't see it, but it does say, PS, join my group. Okay, so it's at that little PS at the bottom. Now, by the time we get to email 5, and this is blocked off because it is in my course, but email 3, I had the little blue lightning bolt, and email 5, I have the little blue lightning bolt. And I have that same phrase come up again. Now, the links that I share in this 5th email are a link to a video of me giving value and pitching a product. Okay, so instead of giving a link to a sales page, I'm giving a link to me giving a bit of value, but also pitching in a live stream. Okay, so this video is of a live stream, and that's one of the great things about live streaming inside your Facebook group, is that those live streams can be repurposed and used again and again. So the benefits of a hybrid sales funnel is that it saves time, right? Because you're repurposing content. So you don't have to be in there every day creating a new live stream or a new post. You are repurposing your best content, right? And you're doing the same thing within each email. So you're taking your best content from your blog or from your podcast, maybe you'll transcribe it or whatever, and you're including it into that email. Now, this does help you save time because you're repurposing content and it's all happening automatically. So you're getting those sales on autopilot. And additionally, it's going to help you grow your group because you have a lot of people on your email list that are not inside of your group yet. Additionally, it's going to increase sales because we all know that this kind of interaction is just a lot more exciting for your subscribers to take place in, right? So they're not just like reading the same old boring email. It's kind of like, it's almost like choose your own adventure, right? Like you're giving them specific tasks to do in your group. So a lot of times people are like, hey, join my group. And then people join your group. And then what do? They don't know where to go or what to do because you haven't told them, right? And it increases value. You're making your emails more valuable. So I want to real quick, I know it's a little bit late, I would like to cover this live stream. So if you don't want me to cover the live stream, if you're short on time and you want me to just wrap it up, I can. But if you want to see that profitable, if you want to see the $1,000 live stream content, then please make sure that you type in yes into the chat box. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm happy to just like end it because I do want to be respectful of your time. And I know that we're coming up on the hour. So I just want to make sure that. So if you do want to hear the live stream, let me know. But if you don't, that's okay. Cover live stream. Okay, perfect. No, okay, awesome. No, I just want to be respectful of your time because I know that some people get real upset if I go a little bit over. Okay, so let's tackle that. Okay, so profitable live streaming. Okay, so first of all, whoops, I'm not quite ready for that. That was a little teaser. Okay, so how many of you guys are using live streaming in your Facebook group right now? Type yes or no in the chat box. How many of you are currently using live streaming in your Facebook group? Now, would you like to know how to deliver a live stream that generates $1,000 within minutes of ending a live broadcast? I know you do because I just asked you like a minute ago. So I know that many of you are already live streaming inside of your group, but most of you are not seeing a real profit as a result. Now, I've been in tons of Facebook groups where the host seems to use live streaming just for fun. So they hop on for a quick Q&A, they give a few words of encouragement, and that's about it. Now, that's all fine and good, but it doesn't lead to profit. So when I first started live streaming, I used it for fun too. Live streaming is relatively new, right? So I did that because that's what I saw everyone else doing. So I just thought I should do the same thing. But after a while, I started thinking, this is dumb. Why am I doing this if it's not generating money? Now, after a few months of experimenting with live streaming inside of my Facebook group, I came up with a solid system. I stopped doing what everyone else was doing and I started testing. Now, I was shocked at my results. I went from $0 in revenue from a live stream to over $1,000. Now, the crazy thing was that I was able to do it again and again, week after week. And these live streams were not smarmy sales fests, okay? They were incredibly valuable to my audience, but it was value that I could profit from. And as we talked about before, I don't want you to produce anything in your Facebook group unless it is part of your profitable plan. Now, this means that you need to start live streaming with purpose. So most of us know that selling involves touching people's pain points and positioning your product as the solution. The problem is that most people don't know how to do this in a live stream, right? Now, it took me months to perfect my live streaming script, which is available to you inside of the course. But the good news is I'm going to share a bit of it with you tonight. Just a minute. So if you do decide to create your own script, if you don't want to use the one that I share with you today, please be patient with yourself because it will take a ton of time for you to try to figure it all out by yourself. Now, the best part of developing your own live streaming script or using the one that I created for you is that you will be able to use it again and again to generate revenue for your business. Now, I'm all about ease. I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel each time I hop on a live stream, and with my script, I don't have to. My script, template, whatever you want to call it, has enabled me to quickly create profitable live streams to boost my revenue and build my email list. So how quickly can you see results from live streaming? Well, a profitable live stream should generate profits within minutes of ending your broadcast. Now, the key is to craft a script that touches a pain point and positions your product as the solution. So I want to dig into, now again, this is, because we have a time constraint, this is going to be a rough outline of what you should include, the minute-by-minute thing of what you should include in your script. Now, obviously, in my course, I go into a lot more detail. I have checklists, all of that, but I promise you that this is going to be helpful. This is something just like the email sales funnel, the hybrid funnel that you just learned, that's something you can implement tomorrow. And this is something that you can take from this webinar and you can implement tomorrow. So here's the basic outline of my live streaming script. I, of course, always start with the welcome. And when you first start a live stream, it takes a while for people to kind of come in. So you want to kind of kill a little bit of time with like a little bit of filler content so that people can start to join. At the 2-minute mark, I recommend introducing yourself. Now, it's obvious to you that you're the host of the group, but I cannot tell you how important it is to actually identify yourself as the group leader, because a lot of times people don't know who the host of the group is, right? Like, unless you're like super famous or something, like nobody's going to know who you are if all of a sudden they tune in and they start seeing your live stream. So it's really important that you introduce yourself. Now, at the 3-minute mark, what you're going to do is you're going to activate pain. Now, it doesn't mean you're like this crazy masochist or anything like that, but you know, any good business person will know what their audience struggles with. And at the 3-minute mark, it's important to activate that, right? So you want to start describing some of the pain that they may be experiencing at that minute. Now, at the 4-minute mark, it's time to get interactive. It's time to call people out. You can ask people to, you know, type yes into the chat box, type a 1 or a 2 into the chat box, and you want to start calling them out by name once they begin interacting and doing that. And I have to say that at this part, it's really helpful if you can have maybe a friend. I know that in my course Facebook group, that people are teaming up so that when they go live in their Facebook group, they already have like 5 or 10 people, even if they have, like, they're starting from scratch, they have 5 or 10 people, like supportive people, who are going to be leaving lots of comments, because it feels pretty weird when you're live streaming into your Facebook group and nobody's commenting. Like, it makes you feel kind of crazy. And so it's important that you get some people to kind of help you out, right? So it's important that you call people out, call some audience members out, and really start engaging them. Now, at the 5-minute mark, that's when you need to say that what they're going to learn in that live stream is going to help solve their problem. Now, you want to make sure that the pain that you're activating is actually solvable, right? So you don't want to activate all of this pain and then be like, see ya. So you want to make sure, now the solution might be, maybe it's a short training that you're going to be giving during that live webinar. Maybe it's a product demonstration. Whatever it is, at the 5-minute mark, you need to tell people that you're about to help them solve their problem. That's going to keep their attention and keep them watching. Now, at the 6-minute mark, that's when you need to dive into a story. Now, it needs to be a relatable story. It can be about you, or it can be about someone else. It could be a former client, a former student, a former customer, but it needs to kind of share a little bit of a transformation. So it needs to show that either you were in the same spot that your audience is in now, or that one of your clients or students was in the same spot that your audience is now, so that they can see, like, oh, this actually is possible, right? It's not just like this, you know, this unattainable thing. I am actually capable of solving my problems. So at the 7-minute mark, that's when you're going to dive into your content, and you're going to make sure that you're giving lots of value. It could be It can absolutely be content that is repurposed from a pre-existing blog post or a pre-existing newsletter that you wrote or a pre-existing Instagram post that you wrote, you know, whatever it is. Don't feel, I think a lot of times we feel like we have to come up with brand new content every single time on every single channel, and that's not the case. You can absolutely repurpose some of your existing content. Now, you don't want to repurpose content that maybe didn't perform very well. So you want to make sure that it's like your best content, right? So you're giving that. And then finally, at the 15-minute mark, you're going to give your call to action. Now, your call to action will depend on what your goal is. So if the goal of this live stream is to build your email list, then your call to action would be, you know, sign up for my freebie right now. Here's the link, sign up, you know, give me your email and you get this checklist or worksheet or whatever it is. But if it's a profitable live stream, then your goal is to get people to click over to the sales page and purchase your product. But you know what? It can still be a profitable live streaming, even if you're doing this to build your list, because remember, you're already going to have that hybrid sales funnel in place. So that's already going to be automated. So even if on your live stream script, even if you're not pitching a paid product, even if you're just kind of promoting your freebie, your content upgrade, once people opt in, they're going to be taken through that funnel, right? So you're still able to generate money from live streaming whether you're pitching something specific or whether you're not. And like I said before, like I do go into a lot more detail in my course, but in the interest of time, this is something that you can take. You can take a photo of it, write it down, whatever, and you can try it out tomorrow in your group. So profitable live streaming benefits. Number one, it saves time, right? You can repurpose these live streams. You can post it on YouTube, post it in your blog post, put it in a newsletter, whatever, right? It rapidly grows your email list. It increases sales and it increases value for your group members. So you don't want to run a Facebook group where all you do is share the occasional like daily prompt. Like, tell us your win this Wednesday. Tell us what you're winning about. Like, that's not really valuable to your community. Now, daily prompts do serve their purpose, and they are also a part of the strategy that's included in my course, but it's not the end all be all, okay? So the difference between a struggling entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur is that the latter executes strategically. So being busy and working hard at your Facebook group doesn't mean that you're doing things right. Now, when you do something right, you get results. And if you're not getting results, then you're not doing something right. And I don't doubt for a second that you are taking action. I know that you execute on the regular, but the problem is that you aren't taking the right actions and the actions that will make your group profitable. But you're not alone. Most people jump straight from strategy right to execution, and they fail to consider and outline all the tactics ahead of time. Now, this causes people to execute before they have a smart strategy in place. However, I want to say something. Do not let the fact that you don't have a sales funnel, that you're scared to do live stream, that you haven't grown out your bangs, and that you haven't perfected your lasagna recipe. Don't let that get in the way of starting your Facebook group, okay? Get started now. And of course, like along the way, you can optimize it and do all these different things. But the goal, I don't want you to walk away tonight. If you don't have a group, I don't want you to walk away being like, oh man, I got to write my funnel first and my website has to be perfect and I have to do this and that. No, that's wrong, okay? When I first started my Facebook group, my website was like ugly as hell because I designed it like it was my own website. It was a dumb little Squarespace website. It was like horrible. But I still started my group, right? And I was able to tailor everything according to what my group wanted. So my website design, my blog content, my paid products and programs, all of that was based on what my Facebook group peeps were telling me. So before you execute, please make sure that you do have the step-by-step plan to follow, whether it's your plan or whether it's my plan. Now, if you decide to create your own plan, please be ready to spend lots of time researching and testing. Now, it took me over a year to perfect the plan that I use and share in my course, Fab Facebook Groups. So if you don't want my plan, please be patient with yourself, okay? This doesn't happen overnight. So if you're like in it for like a quick fix, like you want to make $1 million tomorrow from a Facebook group of 5 people, like that's just not going to happen. Now, as you are executing, it's essential that you really give yourself accountability. So this is crucial to growing your Facebook group, right? You can do it through hiring a business coach, joining a mastermind, or even just grabbing a friend. Like, make sure that you have someone to keep you accountable, because like your chances are things are going to fall through the cracks and you're going to let your Facebook group grow if you don't have a group where you can continually get that feedback and support. So let's recap. Today, you've learned the reason that Facebook groups are so popular, right? You've learned why you should stop obsessing over engagement. And you've learned my 4-step framework so you can start profiting now. And you've also learned how to set up your own hybrid sales funnel and get started with some profitable live streaming. So whether you showed up today because you're struggling to reach new customers who would truly benefit from what you're selling, or you are simply exhausted trying to manage everything and want to grow a sustainable group that will grow your list, increase revenue, and add value to your community, you have 2 choices. Now, choice number 1, you can take my framework and develop your own plan of action. You can go through 18 months of research and testing to create your own plan that may or may not work. Or you can use my exact process for creating a profitable group filled with people who you love to serve. Now, my course, Fab Facebook Groups, gives you a step-by-step system to create your very own profitable group in just 30 days. So I want you to meet Hallie. So like many of you, Hallie had already been in business for a few years, and this year she set a super high income goal for herself. And she knew that something big had to change in order to hit her goal, right? She's an absolute pro at blogging and email marketing. But like I was saying earlier, you know, like email marketing, after you get to a certain point, you need to do something else to bump it up. And so basically, we rebuilt Hallie's existing group from the ground up. So she says, before I signed up for Fab Facebook Groups, I was actually thinking of shutting my group down. I had almost 1,000 members, but I wasn't making any money from it. Since joining the program, I've made $2,000 during a 20-minute live stream, and I had my first 6-figure launch. This shit effing works, okay? Now meet Galit. So Galit is the opposite of Hallie. Galit is a busy mom who didn't even have a Facebook group before she signed up for this course. And in fact, her business was barely 6 months old, right? So she was working on a million things at once, but nothing was really helping her get any traction. Now, within the first 24 hours of launching her Facebook group, she sold one of her premium courses. And she didn't even do anything live. When her PayPal notification came through, she was drinking fruit punch at her daughter's back to school night. And her once skeptical husband told her to immediately purchase every single course that I sold. Now, Galit didn't spend over a year stressing, testing, and researching the way that I had to. She was able to increase sales with her Facebook group effortlessly just by following my step-by-step process. So here's what you'll get when you enroll in Fab Facebook Groups today. It includes 4 live group coaching calls, access to those recorded calls, 4 course modules loaded with video trainings, worksheets, and checklists, a private community for support and accountability, and lifetime access to all the course material, okay? Now, I want to talk a little bit about what the live group coaching entails. So what that means is that before our group coaching call, and there are 4 of them, so we'll do 1 a week over the 30-day period, before each live group coaching call, you will submit to me the link to your Facebook group and any questions that you have. Now, the reason why we do this in advance is because I want to make sure that I screen share your group so that the rest of the members can see And so so that I can give feedback, but you can get feedback from the community as well. Now, these don't take place in the course Facebook group, okay? These are done on a separate, the live group coaching calls are done on a separate platform. And if you're not able to make the live version, you can still have access to the recorded calls. And what you're going to learn is how to make your competition irrelevant with smart positioning that makes your Facebook group stand out and attracts your ideal customers in droves. Now, people have been building their Facebook groups and their email lists like crazy. And that's the key. You're going to rapidly grow your group alongside your email list. So you don't need to put off starting your group until you get this big, massive list. That's the wrong way of thinking, okay? You're going to be building your list alongside of your Facebook group, because the people that are going to come into your Facebook group are going to enroll in your email list. So you're also going to learn how to plan the right kind of content that creates a stampede of new customers, and you're going to automate your Facebook group to take out all of the messy inconsistencies. You're going to generate consistent revenue from your Facebook group while giving tons of value to your group members in the process. Here's what you'll create at the end of 30 days. You're going to have a profitable Facebook group filled with people that you love to serve. You're going to have an automated process for managing your group, giving you more freedom to enjoy your life outside of Facebook. And you're going to have peace of mind that you're building a sustainable group that will continue to add value to your audience and money to your bank account month after month. So here's my 30-day money-back guarantee, all right? Now, the only way for you to get your 30-day money-back guarantee is if you give the course your best shot. So I don't want people signing up for the course and then they open the first module and they say, nope, I don't want to do this, so I'm just going to ask for my money back, right? You are entitled to a free refund, but you have to at least try. Now, the reason why I have that policy is because I only want to serve people that are really committed, okay? I'm fully committed to you over the next 30 days, but I don't want you to sign up for this program unless you are fully committed as well. Now, it's important for you to know that purchasing this course is 100% risk-free, okay? If you do the work and you don't see the results, then within 30 days, you can ask for your money back. There are a few bonuses that are going to help you make even more money from your Facebook group. So the first bonus is called Simple Sales Funnel, and it's going to help you generate consistent sales by designing your very own simple sales funnel using ConvertKit. So this is part strategy and part tech training. Now in this masterclass, you will learn how to create a simple sales funnel that will give value and convert your prospects into customers, okay? The other bonus that I'm giving away is called Powerful Landing Pages. And in this training, you're going to learn how to rapidly increase your email list with a powerful landing page using Lead Pages. Now, if you have another landing page software, or if you just want to use your website, that's fine too. I'll be covering how I design high converting landing pages. And some of my landing pages convert as high as 73%, which means that up to 73% of people that hit that landing page decide to opt into my email list and travel down my funnel. The third bonus that I have for you today is called 50 Daily Prompt Ideas. Now, this is a PDF which contains 50 done-for-you daily prompts, okay? So no more stressing about what your prompt should be about. These are 50 daily prompts that will bring out the most reclusive members of your group and get them chatting. Now, this course is about making money, but it's also about saving time. Now, when Veronica signed up for this course, one of her main hesitations wasn't the cost of the program, it was the time that was required to invest in it. Now, at the time, she was actually spending between 2 and 3 hours in her Facebook group every single day. Okay, she had a group of about 1,000 members. Now, what she has done is during that 30-day period that she took Fab Facebook groups, she increased her membership from 1,000 to 1,500 people. And not only that, she went from being in her group 2 to 3 hours a day to being in her group for 30 minutes a day. That's it. So she literally saved like 14 hours a week just from taking this course. So it is an initial time investment. You can expect to spend about 2 to 3 hours each week watching the course and implementing the trainings. But you're going to end up saving so much time in the long run. You can totally do this. It's not complicated, okay? So when you buy, you get everything that you see here. You have the recorded coaching calls, the live coaching calls, the course, the community, the 3 bonuses, and you can get started for $197 today. So the standard plan is 3 monthly payments of $197, and that includes my 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, the standard plan does not include the live coaching or the recorded coaching calls. My Pro plan is available for 6 monthly payments of $187, and it includes everything that you see here except for the live coaching calls. So that means that you will not be able to submit your group link or specific questions to me to be reviewed, but you will get access to the recorded calls that everyone else is doing. The premium plan is the best value. For 6 monthly payments of $197, you get everything that you see here, okay? The 4 live group coaching calls. Now, I cannot tell you how incredibly helpful and transformational these live coaching calls can be. And it's not just 1 live call, we're doing 4 of them. So we're doing 1 a week over a period of 4 weeks. You will also, of course, get access to the recorded versions of the calls, the 3 bonuses, the course Facebook group, and the course itself. Now, I want to share with you today Danielle, one of my students. She's a blogger, a podcaster, and she also sells online courses in addition to running her own handmade business. So this lady is pretty busy, right? Now, throughout this course, she was able to grow her group to more than 1,000 members. So, I mean, the results are outstanding. This is Maya. Maya says she was able to get her group up, running, and profitable in just a few weeks with my help. Now remember, when you decide to invest today, you also get 6-Figure Funnel for free. You get it totally free, right? It's a 14-page PDF with the exact email sequence that I used to generate $100,000 in my very first year of business, selling a $97 product. Now, this funnel completely changed my life, and I hope it will change yours. It doesn't require any fancy timers or anything like that. The only thing that you'll need to create your own 6-figure funnel is an email delivery system. And remember, one of the bonuses in this course teaches you how to use ConvertKit. So even if you don't have an email list, you're going to learn how to do it in this course. Now, this product is completely free to you when you invest in Fab Facebook groups, but you have to enroll now, okay? So here's how to grab that deal. Now, I'm going to get to questions in just a minute, I promise. I'm just going to go through the purchase process, and then I'm going to answer all of your questions. So what you're going to need to do is you will either click over in the chat box here. Let's see. So in the chat box, there's a tab called Offers, and if you click on that, there's a big orange, ugly, yellow button, and it says Enroll Now. So when you click on that, you're going to be taken to the sales page. You can either click the yellow Enroll button that says Enroll Now, or you can scroll through the sales page. And after that, you're going to select which plan you choose, okay? So you can choose the standard, the pro, or the premium plan. So you'll select which one you want. You're going to enter all of your information, and then you're going to get 2 emails from me. The first email that you get is going to be a survey so that I can get to know you a little bit better. The second email is going to include your links to the course, so you can start immediately. You can begin this course immediately and join the course Facebook group. Come hang out with us in there. The 6-figure funnel, what's going to happen when you purchase is that it's going to act as an upsell. So it's going to say, do you also want to buy six-figure funnel? And don't buy it. Don't buy it because you don't have to pay for it today. It's free. So it's free to you when you invest in Fab Facebook groups. So when it asks you, do you want to purchase six-figure funnel? Just say no, that you don't. And then I'll make sure that tomorrow that we get that six-figure funnel to you. Because that is one part of this that is not automated right now. Automated right now. So over the next 30 days, we're going to spend some time building or rebuilding your own profitable group, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to questions in just a minute, but first I'm going to click over to offers and I'm gonna pop up this one. Okay, so the timer is starting now. You can see in the offers, it's 15 minutes. Over the next 15 minutes, if you decide to invest in Fab Facebook groups, you will get that fast acting bonus, six-figure funnel, completely for free. Okay, so I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a minute so that you guys can see my, oh, there's my face. Hi, nice to see you. Okay, so let me click over to the questions because I want to answer some of those while the timer is running. Let me click over to this. And I'm gonna get over to my control panel. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll to the beginning. So, all right, now some of these I already answered during the thing. Okay, so Zoe says, do you prepare live streaming content that's just for your group, or is that content repurposed from another source? So as I said, it is repurposed, or it can be new if you want, but you can absolutely repurpose some of that existing content because there's no way that someone has like read every single thing that you've ever written, okay? Nadia says, do you recommend selling evergreen digital products or courses or closing the cart? Okay, so my $97 course was evergreen. Now, so here are my thoughts on that, Nadia. I actually really think that when you're first getting started, that selling an evergreen product is great because you can constantly make little tweaks to your sales page and to your funnel and things like that. So now I do open and close launching, but that's because now I already have a converting sales funnel and I know my audience and all of that. So I would say that I would recommend for you to get that, start to focus on getting some momentum with those consistent sales. And then you can always also you can sell another course or another service that is open and closed. So you can have that one product running that's generating lots of revenue for you on autopilot. And then additionally, you can have open and close launches. So I hope that answers your question about that. Oh, Nicole's perfect. So Nicole says, I sell t-shirts and mugs for mom. How do I sell them in a Facebook group? So you do it in the exact same way, Nicole. So I don't know if you have a blog or anything like that, but basically you're going to be sharing content inside of your Facebook group, whether it's through live streams or whether it's through just written posts that your community is going to love, right? It could be, if you don't have a blog, it could be helpful articles that you see on parenting or, funny posts about being a mom or anything like that. Like, moms love support, right? Like, your group is like, there's so many groups out there for moms. Like, so that means that basically your idea is already validated, right? You don't have to worry about like, oh, are people going to join this? Like, no, moms want to join Facebook groups. So basically you would follow the same steps that I showed before. You could deliver a bit of content, get people to opt in for your email list so that they get into that hybrid sales funnel, and then you can start generating consistent sales. Vanessa asks me, did you use Facebook ads to get traffic to your group? No. So that's the best part. My group grew so quickly with 0 ads. So I was not using Facebook ads to get people inside of my group. So the methods that I teach you in this course, in this Fab Facebook group course, the methods that I teach you are all free. so that you're going to be able to get tons of people into your group, tons of new people that are not already on your email list. And then once they join your group, you're going to get them onto your email list, and then you're going to sell to them, basically. So you can use ads if you want to, but if you don't want to use ads, you definitely do not have to. Nadia says, oh yes, I already answered that question about Nadia. Missy says, do you just copy and paste content or link to the blog post content? Missy, I would say that definitely you need to copy and paste. So when you're doing that hybrid sales funnel, you need to make sure that you're copying and pasting, because asking someone to do a link is a little bit crazy. Zoe says, how do you find the link to a particular post in your Facebook group? So if you click on that post, and the URL on your browser is going to pop up with basically the link, and then you just copy that and then you paste it into your blog post or into your email. Candace says, is this from just a generic join my list opt-in? Oh, it's absolutely a specific opt-in incentive. So I do not recommend telling people join my list, just like I do not recommend telling people join my Facebook group, okay? That doesn't work. You have to give people something specific. So you have to provide them with something specific in order to get them onto your list or in order to get them into your Facebook group. Anita says that Facebook is not allowing me to access live streaming in my group. Do you need a certain number of members? No, you don't. That's really interesting. You should be able to live stream, not from your business page, but from your personal page right into your group. Zoe says, repurposing content from your blog into a video format into your Facebook group. Yes, you can absolutely do that. So what you would do is you would use that live streaming, the outline that I shared with you earlier, and you would plug in some of your blog post content into there, and then you would deliver that to your Facebook group. Nadia says, let's see, she says, okay, silly question, but I'm guessing you're either pitching in the Facebook Live for an evergreen product or you're only promoting this level funnel for a live launch. So your Facebook Lives are not all pitching the evergreen product. In fact, if you look at my live streams, I rarely pitch the evergreen product. Like, you can't, because if you're in there, people are going to start to tune you out if you're pitching your paid product all the time. So the key is to balance that, right? To balance that with pitching your freebie. So pitching your freebie and getting people to opt into your list so they're automatically taken down that hybrid sales funnel. Ranjana says, so how do I grow the group if I don't have an email list? Yeah, okay, I love that question. That is what my course teaches you. So even if you have 0 people on your email list, even if you have 0 social media followers, I'm going to teach you exactly how to rapidly grow your group. And you can see from some of the numbers, I had tons of people. If you click over to the sales page, you can see, I think Jennifer said that within the, she didn't have an email list or anything like that. And within her first week, she added 77 new members to her group, and she got those people to then opt into her email list. So like, don't worry. So if you don't have an email list yet, totally fine. This course teaches you how to do it. Candace says, do you try to get new group members who've joined straight from Facebook, not from your email list, onto your list? Yes, absolutely, Candace. So what happens is a lot of people just see their Facebook group as a one-way thing. So they have their email list and their Facebook group. And all they do is get people from their email list to go into their Facebook group. And that's fine. But my method, my system shows you how to do both. So you're getting people from your email list into your Facebook group, and then you're bringing in new people from all over the internet into your Facebook group, and then getting those people on your list. And that's why people like Veronica were able to get 500 new members into her group in just 30 days. Plus, she was able to increase her email list by 25%. So those 500 members were not coming from her email list. They were new, fresh people that she then brought into her list. And I think she just finished wrapping up her launch to her own group coaching program. Tracy says, is it bad to start up a group with 0? No. I mean, I did. Seriously, everyone starts from 0. And honestly, once you join the course and you start to hang out in the course Facebook group, it's filled with people that are going to join your group. So all you have to do is like put out a call in my course group. Like you can't do this in my free group, right? Because that's a promo. But in my course group, you just put it out there, and like you're getting people to join your Facebook group is going to be easy. So you're not going to have to worry about doing a live stream to 0 people in your audience, or you're not going to have to worry about being stuck with like 0 people in your Facebook group. That just won't happen. Zoe says, do you always pitch at the end of a live stream? No, I don't always pitch at the end of a live stream. However, I do usually give a call to action. And the call to action is either to opt in to my email list for a specific freebie, maybe to read or a webinar, or to click over to read my latest blog post, or to pitch something. But honestly, I'm not really pitching unless I'm doing open and close launching. Now, this was different when I was selling my Instagram course. When that was evergreen, I would continue. I would do live stream pitches about like once a week, and so those were great. So that's absolutely something that you can do. Nikki says, how does live streaming work if you sell physical products? So you can, it's kind of like if you think of Home Shopping Network, like QVC, they sell physical products, and it's video. It's 24 hours of video of someone like showing the product, demonstrating how it's working. You could share in your live stream, you could share maybe some like stories of how one of your customers was using your product. You can give a little bit of advice on the best uses for the product, right? Like if you sell a home decor product, you can give some interior design tips. So you kind of have to tailor that based on what your community wants and how your product relates to that, right? Like someone earlier said that she sells mugs and t-shirts for moms, so her group will be about that. I want to double check on the timer because I don't want it to run out on guys. Because I do want you to be able to grab that bonus. Hold on a minute, sorry. Oh yeah, so there's 3 minutes left. So just so you know, there's 3 minutes left. If you want to get 6-figure funnels for free, 3 minutes left on that. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Nadia says, do you make what you're selling time sensitive? Sometimes. I absolutely do sometimes, and I do go more in depth into the course. But what I can tell you is that adding, a specific bonus, just like you do on a webinar, you can absolutely do that in a live stream. So yes. Tamara says, I was unable to snap a photo of the script. Could you reshare? No, I'm sorry, I can't go back. Sarah says, what's the purpose of the call out in the script? That is the part, Sarah, where you are interacting with the group, okay? So that's the part where you are interacting. So like you have to, like you don't want to just be out there talking, right? Like right now, I'm calling people out, right? I'm saying, oh, like this was your question, let me answer it. You need it to be interactive. Okay, Deb says, how can I leverage your Facebook group? Affiliate products, Deb, seriously? Affiliate products are amazing. Like if you can start building a community of people that you want to serve and that you want to develop products for, you can, in the meantime, you can sell other people's products, right? You can do that. So you can absolutely monetize a Facebook group even if you don't have a product to sell. It doesn't matter. You can generate consistent revenue through affiliate products. It's all about knowing your audience, and the great thing about a Facebook group is you're going to be in there interacting with people, so you're going to get to know like what products they really know and love. Like if you hear someone that's always saying, oh, I love this particular product, then you can become an affiliate for it, so you can start, making some money from that. Says, I'm in the process of creating my website now, so I don't have content or product. Yes, do it now. Do not put off, do not fall into the trap of, oh, I'm gonna wait to create my, my group until my website looks great, or until this or that. Because the day that everything is perfect will never come. You need to start your group now, so that then when you're building your website, when you're building your website, and when you're creating your offers and all of that, You're going to be doing it based on your customer insights, right? Based on what your group is asking for. So a lot of times people say, oh, I'm going to create this product, but it's like not even what their customers want, right? So what's the point in that? You want to know exactly what your customers want. So absolutely start it now. This course will be perfect for you because it goes into email marketing and everything. I have this hair in my glasses, sorry. Orne says, when you sell your course and offer a private Facebook group as a bonus, if you have a free Facebook group, okay, this is a perfect question. Doesn't that devalue your bonus? No, and here's why. You do not allow people to discuss your course inside of your free group, okay? So all of the people that take my courses, they can't get feedback on their course assignments in my free group because then everyone else is going to see what's going on. That discussion only takes place in my course group. So my free group is a funnel. It's a big funnel that builds excitement, gives a little bit of value, and funnels people into my paid products and programs. So that's how you make money from your group. Rodney says, do you use Facebook ads to get new people to join your group independently? I did not do that. You can absolutely do that. I do not teach Facebook ads in this course. So you would have to learn that on your own, or maybe you already know how to do all that stuff. Or do you send people to a landing page to join your list and then offer the invite to your group? No. So the strategies I'm teaching, Rodney, the strategies that I'm teaching are how to pull people from your list into your group, but also how to get new, fresh people that are not even on your list. And I teach you exactly how to do that in my course. You get new, fresh people, you get them to join your group, and then those people join your list. So my methods help you grow your group and grow your list at the same time. How did you drive traffic to your Facebook group sign-up page? I don't have a Facebook group sign-up page. I mean, my Facebook group, people can just join my Facebook group. You want to jam as many people in your Facebook group as you can. You want to grow it quickly because the more people you have in your Facebook group, the more people are going to enter your funnel, and the more money that you're going to make. So you don't want to do anything that's going to prevent your group from growing quickly. Deb says, I don't have anything to sell yet, but will in the next 6 months. How can I leverage the course or a Facebook group? I don't have one, but I'm considering it. Okay, so I think I answered your question earlier, Deb, to kind of tap into some affiliate products. So Zoe, so you have to decide, Zoe, what's right for your audience. If you have a big group and things move quickly, then once a week might be fine. If your group is smaller, then once a week may be too much. Like it might be too much, and you might have to mix it up. So maybe it won't be a pitch, right? Like maybe, like when I was selling my Instagram course, one of the things that I would do is I would go in my Facebook group and I would review someone else's account. So I would say, hey, who wants me to review their account? And people would be like, me. So I pick someone, I go into my Facebook group, I would do a live stream where I'd review their account, give feedback, and immediately, right, within minutes of ending that live broadcast, I would always get a surge in sales. Always, every single time. And that content can then be repurposed, right? I can include that into my sales funnel, right? Include a specific link to that. And I can have people say like, hey, go watch this review, right? Because people learn a lot from reviews. Can you upgrade to get the live coaching? So you cannot, you can upgrade up until November 14th, V. So the reason for that is because the calls will start on November 15th. And so I want to make sure that you are able to get the live calls, and they will start on the 15th. So if you decide to purchase one of the other plans today, then as long as you upgrade by November 14th, then you can absolutely do that. Zoe says, with affiliate products, do you always buy the product and use it yourself? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't want to recommend anything. I don't want to recommend something that I haven't used, right? Like that'd be kind of weird. Nadia says, follow up on the funnel question. If you're doing a launch with a closing cart, do you still link to a Facebook Live with a pitch and then only promote your opt-in with the hybrid funnel right before the launch? So I'm so glad you asked that, Nadia. That is a totally separate lesson. So in this course, right, I just shared a few lessons. I just shared a couple, like 2 lessons with you today, right? Or 2 like outlines of lessons. So you'll have the hybrid sales funnel is responsible for generating revenue from your evergreen products. There's a whole separate lesson on how to do open and closed launching. So if you have a closing cart, I do go through exactly what kind of content that you need to post prior to opening the cart, during the cart open, and then after the cart closes. Okay, so that's a whole separate thing. There's like 4 weeks of content in there. So that is definitely included. Nadia says, more of a privacy question. Do you get tons of friend requests to your personal page from your members? Yes, I do. And I don't really accept, I know that sometimes people accept like so many, whatever, I know that people accept lots of like friends. I don't, just because, I don't know, on my personal Facebook group, that's where I mostly share like pictures of my daughter and things like that. So I only want people I know to see those kinds of things. So you can just ignore, you can just ignore them if you don't want to. Let's see. Boop-a-doop. Okay, so I think that's all the questions. And I think the timer's done. But thank you so much for doing where am I? God, I have so many tabs opened. I know I told you guys not to open your tabs, and then I have all these tabs open, but I actually need them to see what I'm doing. Okay. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's okay, Deb. That's okay that you asked the same question twice. Okay, perfect. So I do hope that you guys decide to invest in this life-changing course that's going to really help you grow your Facebook group so that selling is easy, right? It doesn't have to be hard, doesn't have to be complicated. Like, you can have all of this in 30 days. So please make sure that you do click over to the offer, that you read the sales page, you look at the testimonials that are there, and I do hope that you decide to invest, because I really want to get my hands on your Facebook groups. Yes, thank you so much, Nadia. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, so, okay, I guess that's it. Like, I could hang out all night, but my husband is probably like, I don't even know what he's doing with my daughter right now. I think the movie's over. So I gotta end this. They're probably just hanging out at the bookstore or something. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you to Indigo for managing this awesome webinar. I do appreciate it. And thank you to everyone else. All right, I guess that's it. Bye guys, see you later.